Hi, guys. Okay, we are live. Thanks for joining us. I'm only doing 5 minutes today, and the reason is because I feel like it. And that is the lesson that I want to share today. It's something really important to me, actually, and that is I do this in my coaching and my programs too. I call it living a feel good lifestyle, but essentially, it's making choices that feel good to you when it makes sense, when it feels right, and knowing that doing those things will logically help your life by keeping you in good headspaces. And of course, like there's always caveats. Like there are things in life that, that we have to do, we have to take care of. But sometimes we so often have in our heads that we have to do things when we really don't, or that we have things that we have to do in certain ways that we really don't have to do in those ways. And we kind of limit ourselves um and stop ourselves from enjoying life as much as we can. So when I'm saying living a feel good lifestyle, what I mean is doing what you like more often, doing what you love more often, doing what you enjoy more often, saying yes to what you want more often, and saying no to what you don't want more often. Um, and also like thinking of it in terms of like, how can I think in more ways that I want to think? How can I speak my truth more often than I'm doing? How can I express myself more often in the ways that I want to? How can I make choices in my life in the ways that I want to more often? And even if you can't do it in certain areas, you might have a job that you can't do, you can't take as much time as you want off, or if you have kids, there's responsibilities with that. Like all of that makes total sense. However, where can you sneak in enjoyment? Where can you allow yourself more freedom? Taking those moments and those times to actually do that is a huge uh, game changer. It's a cheat code, and I highly recommend it. I call it living a feel good lifestyle. I recommend you practice it. I do it. I find myself doing it all the time because I actively think about this every day. But it could be as simple as, like, I go on bike rides. I love going on bike rides. I do one probably every day as long as the weather permits. Sometimes I go on two a night, usually one at sunset and one at night. And I usually go the same kind of routes. However, there are days where I change it up. Sometimes going down a different street feels like the right thing to do. Sometimes going for, I usually go for an hour, but some days it's like a 2 hour ride just feels like the right thing to do. Sometimes I'm out for 15 minutes and I decide to cut it short for whatever reason, just because that's what feels right. And I really try to listen to myself and follow that intuition and follow that heart guided um, impulse as much as I can. And I found that doing this is such a great exercise in listening to yourself. If you don't know how to listen to yourself, you struggle to listen to yourself, or you're not sure how to understand yourself, this is a great exercise to do. So, highly recommend. I'm doing it today. To be honest, I just don't feel like doing a full live stream. I usually do it for an hour. Sometimes I do it for an hour and a half. It's just not something I want to do today. And so I'm allowing myself the freedom to say, hey, I'm just gonna cut it short, like super short. Like I'm gonna wrap it here. Um, uh, I would love if you also followed followed this as much as you can in your life. Try to incorporate it if it speaks to you. If what I'm saying kind of resonates, I'm telling you, it unlocks so much magic. As someone who used to have anxiety, I found that one of the main causes of that, one of the big causes, was me feeling pressured, obligated, and guilty, and guilted into doing things I didn't want to do. And some of those things were not even because of other people. They were my own limitations. They were my own pressures. They were my own me forcing myself to do things. So you don't need to. And I would say start small with this. Like if you feel very limited, if you feel like you don't have a lot of freedom, That's the beauty of this. Start small and do what you can. And as you listen to yourself more and say, I'm actually going to cut this short, I'm actually going to go this route instead of that route, I'm actually going to go do this instead of doing that, I'm actually going to let myself enjoy this activity instead of forcing myself to do this one. Like little things like that, you start small and then you start to sense and feel a real freedom in your life. So I highly encourage it. Feel free if you want to check me out in future live streams. I will be back next Thursday. Otherwise, I hope you guys take care. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.